You can't tell, but I'm crawling right now. Nightcrawler was directed by Dan Gilroy and stars Jake Gyllenhaal. It tells the story of Lou. He is a man who's very determined to make it in some kind of business. He wants a job, he wants to succeed in it, and he is very, very driven. And what he ends up doing is becoming a Nightcrawler, which essentially means he is a man with a camera who goes to crime scenes and films for news stories, and eventually he starts to get more drawn into this world of crime and the news. I was pretty excited for this movie. I heard good things about it, and I absolutely love Jake Gyllenhaal. He is no doubt one of the best actors that's working today. Earlier this year, I absolutely loved the film Enemy that he was in. He played 2 parts in that, but in this movie, he is even better. Jake Gyllenhaal is amazing in this movie. Like, you'll hear a lot like, oh, you couldn't even tell that it was an actor or whatever. I did not see Jake Gyllenhaal. I saw this guy, and it was crazy how he started out. He was always weird, but he started out more or less like, okay, he's just a weird guy. And then his just slow descent into what he ended up becoming, I guess, it was disturbing. And Jake Gyllenhaal is fantastic. He absolutely blows it out of the water. This movie is worth seeing for his performance alone. The script actually does a really great job of taking a concept that doesn't really sound that exciting and making it really intense and making it really interesting, because there are pretty much most of the movie, actually the entire movie takes place in one of 2 places. Either they're doing the job and they're driving to crime scenes, or he's trying to sell his footage to the news. This never gets old. At the beginning, since not much is happening, there are a few dull points, but it nevertheless manages to be exciting. And by the time it gets to its 3rd act, it is non-stop. It keeps going and going and going, and it's really super intense, especially for the last part. And yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say about this movie. I don't want to say too much about it because it's really worth seeing by yourself. It's a really cool experience. Like I said, mainly because Jake Gyllenhaal is just fantastic. This is maybe the best I've ever seen him, and that's saying a lot because, like I said, he's fantastic. But this is his movie. He takes it and he runs with it. And the script really helps. And the director, whose name I forget already, I'm sorry, he did a really good job. As I understand, this is his first movie, and he shows a lot of promise. I'm really actually excited to see what he does next. Between directing the actors and creating some really cool action scenes, especially the final, I guess, car chase at the very end, took a lot of skill. I loved the ending. The final, shot, I guess, the final, little monologue of the movie was awesome. It really tied it all together. It's definitely worth seeing. Great movie. I give Nightcrawler an A-, so check it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.